Have you ever thought about how do people know that you're a Christian? Do you ever think about that? Do you really care whether anyone knows you're a Christian? What separates you from someone that isn't a Christian? I want to talk to you a little bit about this. I was called by Pastor Ralph. Jenny and I were with friends, Keith and Danita, in Orlando, Florida for a week enjoying the mild 110 temperatures. And the pastor called me and said, could you prepare the service for this Sunday? And I guess it was Thursday. I forget what day. I got a lot of calls down there. And I said, sure. I think I have a good message because it's in line with our outreach and what we can do as Christians. Well, I want to talk to you first about Sir Winston Churchill. In June of 1955, he was nearly at the end of his life. He was infirm, could barely walk. But he was asked to give a commencement speech at a British university. He had to be helped to the podium even. And he held on to the podium, now I'm just telling you from what records say, for minutes before he said anything. So you can imagine he's up there and he's not saying a word. You know how the audience would get tense if that happened. He bowed his head down and he kept it there. Then the voice that had held Britain together for years from being destructed, from giving up hope, he said three things. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. With that, Churchill turned and went back to his seat. There was silence in the university crowd. And then, as if the whole audience knew it was time, they all stood and applauded. They rose to applaud him because this was a man whose life and words were synced together. During the darkest days of World War II, when country after country was being demolished by the Nazis, when German planes were bombing English cities into piles of rubble, when the threat of invasion seemed imminent, when the hardiest of souls was giving up hope, Churchill never lost hope and never gave up. Also, again and again throughout his political career, Churchill had known setbacks. 3 times his career apparently over, but it wasn't. He was sent off to oblivion, but was not. He came back and became successful. He led his country. Here was a man who never gave up. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. You would say, well, what advice is that for us this morning? Well, this sounds like excellent advice for politicians, for soldiers facing defeat, maybe for students facing exams and papers, or athletes facing stiff competition, for parents despairing over their children, for married couples dealing with problems, or even for the loss of a loved one. To all these people, I say, never give up. Never give up. Especially, though, this is excellent advice for anybody who is seeking to serve the Lord and accomplish His work. Why do I say that? In the Lord's service, it's always too soon to quit. Always too soon to quit. In the Lord's service, it's never time to slacken our efforts. In the Lord's service, we never come to the point of giving up. Paul had this in mind when he wrote, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." tempted to do less than our best, or perhaps to quit completely, we ought to remember that first. Whenever we get tired of doing things, we ought to remember that first. We shouldn't lose enthusiasm for the Lord's work. You may ask, well, Bob, why did you choose this? You were in vacation, enjoying life. I mean, we had a beautiful time down there. The weather was hot, sure, but we had a swimming pool that was truly unbelievable. And all the service was outstanding. And I said to myself, when the pastor called, I said, the easy way here is, Pastor Ralph, I'm really on vacation. Can't you get somebody else to handle the service and the message? That's what I was thinking to myself. I'm really enjoying life. Believe it or not, I got a number of calls about outreach issues and challenges, which I handle. And I thought about that, and I said, well, we're never on vacation for the Lord. There is no vacation from the Lord. There is no vacation from doing good. And that's what I want to talk to you about this morning. As Paul speaks to us this morning about the Christian calling, what is our calling? How will people know you are a Christian? I think it can be summed up, it's in doing good. Do good.